Gorgeous, dynamic forest of trees. Just pick your size of choice, and a company that has been creating trees for over 100 years. Best price in history is for this show and this show only. Like I said, you just pick your size of choice. This is the 9.5 foot, and in that little timeout, I was just telling my dear and fellow Minnesotan Rebecca Wood, who you'll meet in a moment, several years ago, actually about a decade ago, I bought, as an HSN employee, it was a tree that we were selling. It was a 9.5 foot tree. As an employee of this network, I spent $2,000. No, I'm telling you. I did, because I already said I'm not Father Christmas, call me Sister Christmas or whatever. I love Christmas. And this is about as close to a real Christmas tree as I have seen. Rebecca, come on out here. Rebecca Wood is out here. And then we'll show you the choices. Did you, coming from Minnesota, did you cut your own tree as well?
When I was younger,
okay,
and then not. So about, yeah, but oh my gosh,
because
this thing gets me every single time.
It does. This is Rebecca Wood, everybody. So when because I'm a picky customer.
Yes,
I really am. And when I saw this price, first of all, I was floored. And believe me when I tell you, because you know, my dad, we still go out and cut the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I'm crazy about Christmas trees. And I love to decorate. Maybe you have seen some of what I do for Christmas. I go kind of all out on the farm.
Me too, I'm right there with you.
But the problem is, and I love a real Christmas tree, but I get very decorative happy. And so you should see all the tricks. I've got pipe cleaners. I brace the branches. I'm covered with sap. Oh yeah. And then there's always one little itty bitty bulb that's burnt out. So leave it to Shannon, you know, with the sciatica and the arthritis. She's crawling on ladders. She's trying to restring the tree.
The lights kill me every year.
This is perfect every single time you take it out of the box. And in seconds.
Literally in seconds. And it's all because this very storied company is taking everything they know and they're linking it with the latest in technology to give you not only a gorgeous, I mean, I will look at this, I'm gonna bring you back to, comes with a remote, I'm gonna bring you back to my absolute favorite.
Hey Rebecca, can I do this just real quickly, just to give you some scale and some perspective? Because I do want to point out last show, and there are only a couple hundred in each, actually in a couple of them, we've only got a couple dozen. So this is what the 9.5 looks like.
And as I'm going through, I want to tell you, this is the 9 foot, 4,050 hand-strung lights. Every light was hand placed. 4,000.
4,000. Okay.
Yes. You're
this
is
the 7.5
foot.
Okay.
That's going to have 3,000 lights.
Right.
Then you have right next to it the 6.5 foot.
6.5
going to have 2,000 hand placed lights.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And then you have the 5 foot.
Okay.
And that is going to have 1,000 hand placed lights. And so I'm going to take you. This is my absolute favorite one. And you can see I can go through all of the different functions. Let me get back to it. You could sit here and stare at this and lose yourself.
You could.
It is the latest in LED technology called Starry light.
Okay.
Meaning it's like 1,000 points of lights. That's why it looks like it's glowing from within.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't it stunning? So the reason everybody says it looks so realistic, and I've had people over and over come up and touch it, is because we've actually taken molds of the Frasier Fir, perennial favorite when it comes to Christmas tree.
So it's a mold of a real tree
that we have then made, this artificial tree. We make sure the branches look like wood branches instead of you know, the metal that we're so used to.
Oh, for heaven's sake. If my dad is watching, poor Gary, you know, and, you know, he's got the bad back too. You know, every year, and he does such an amazing job, but he knows how particular I am. So we always have to make sure, get the flat butt up against, you know, because there's always one bad side of the tree.
Always, that you don't want anyone to see.
That you don't want anyone to see. And God help you, if last year was actually not a great harvest for Christmas trees in Minnesota.
You have to, and they can be very expensive those years.
My poor dad, in fact, I'll just tell you right now, this is gonna kill my dad. On that 5 foot, do we have the 5 foot?
This is the 5 foot right here.
5 foot, I'm sorry.
It's so full that it looks bigger than 5 feet.
It does, but the tree that my dad bought was a lot of money. Yeah, I know he wouldn't want me to say that on the air, but I'll just tell you it was a lot of money, and he had to drive all over because, like I said, they were all sold out. No matter how good that live tree is, and trust me, I love live trees, get a wreath and put a few of you know, evergreen, you know, branches or boughs within the perimeter if you really want that evergreen smell. But you never have to worry about sap. You never have to worry about branches dropping. You don't have to worry about fire hazards. You don't have to worry about, okay, will this ornament that I just got fit on it? This is actually what I do in my live tree at home, is I literally crawl and I grabbed the trunk.
From the inside.
From the inside. And I'll just tell you, as someone who has done it every year for several decades, and trust me, I make it a whole event, there is no way I could ever duplicate something like this at home.
Can I show you something that you are really gonna appreciate?
Okay, yeah.
And I appreciate it because I'm gonna tell you that I'm the one in the house that has to put up the tree.
Right.
Then you have to bend all the branches so they're perfect.
Okay.
Then you have to take the lights out, untangle them. And then you have to actually make it look good, right? By the time I'm done and the girls are ready to decorate, I'm a little nasty. It takes a lot to get me nasty, but decorating a tree can do that, right?
It's not easy.
I wanna show you how simple this is. In minutes, it comes to you in a box. We carefully box it so it'll be perfect every time. We have memory branch technology, so they will fall into place. So you see this 4-foot base that you're gonna get.
Right.
It has I love the rubber stoppers that they have so you can protect your floors.
Smart.
I'm gonna put this one right into the base.
Gotcha.
Now, the 2 smaller ones, not smaller, but the 5 and the 6.5, that's going to give you 2 pieces. The other 2 will give you 3 pieces.
Okay.
Now, here's where the magic happens. I'm gonna turn this on. You also get a little foot pedal if you wanna turn it on that way, or the remote. You're not gonna believe it. See this right here? That's where all of the power of the tree is stored.
Oh, no kidding.
Safely stored. You can touch it. You don't have to worry about it, but it's all stored right there. So watch this.
Right.
As soon as I marry the 2 pieces together, it's done. In the time it would take you to get the lights out of the box, I'm ready to decorate with my daughter.
That's great. And that's like the 6.5 that you just put together.
This is the 6.5.
Okay, wow, we are busy. And the thing is, I thought it was amazing at the original price. First of all, we are very, very honored that American Tree is doing this for us. When I said over 120 years, you think of all the lands, you know?
Yes, they've done the best. They've decorated the best of the best.
You have, I mean, no kidding. You know how much I love King of Pop,
King of Rock and Roll,
King of Rock,
the happiest place on earth. They've done it all.
They have done it all, and they did this for us. And I will tell you, so obviously they are a company that are known, beloved, respected all over the world, certainly all over America. They did this only for us, and that price, I'm just telling you, I have no idea where and how they did this, because I'm gonna just, our HSN price is $1,000 on that 9-foot tree, which I have to say is, it's because we're HSN normally, and listen, I know retail values vary, and I know that was I know it sounds staggering that I spent that much on a 9-foot tree, but it was my first Christmas in my house.
And it's an investment.
And it was an investment, and you know, on it goes. And what ticks me off about that particular tree, it did not have this technology. So it didn't have the Starry Night, meaning there were like, oh, yeah, don't even get me started about the shipping. Well, we were talking earlier, like let's say if you wanted this tree yesterday, let's say if you decide you want this tree tomorrow, you watch this show and you say, you know what, I thought about it, I'm gonna do it. You're not gonna get free shipping or $5 shipping. Now, if this is your first, you know, if chances are you've already spent $5 on something today, get that today's special if you haven't. So that offer is only good for about 3 more hours. If you shop after the fact, you will not get this delivered to your door for either $5 or for free shipping.
Yesterday was over $50 shipping and handling because it's a substantial box.
You
Again,
bet.
The heaviest piece will only be 17 pounds, but together they can add up. Now I want to walk you also, you might see me, I'm not doing magic, it's just a remote that you're going to get with it. You're going to have 15 different light shows with this. You can decide on the brightness. You can have them a little bit brighter, a little softer.
Okay.
It even has a 6-hour timer, so if you wanna come home and walk into a winter wonderland, set that 6-hour repeating timer to go off, and it will go off every single night at the same time.
I love that.
And it walks you through it. It's so indicative. It's so easy. It's a very easy.
So you can do, all right, now I just want to show you again. So this is the 6.5 that you just put together. And we'll do that again. This is the 5-foot, just to give you some scale. I'm just gonna tell you, cuckoo bird me, I have done like a forest of trees, you know, where you do like, and again, I know it depends on your space, but you could, at one point in my life, I would do several trees in my house. I just love them. And I've never seen one like this for this price, this realistic. But you could, with over 1,000 gone, when I say this is it, this is your last shot, you're gonna spend probably $55 or more on just the shipping after this show. So even if you wanna think about creating your own little, you know, timberland, your own little forest.
Beautiful.
You could even do, you know, that 5 foot with the 6.5 foot. Here's the 7.5 foot, right? And then
the 9, the Mac Daddy of them all. Remember,
there are only 2 dozen of the 9? Oh, I could cry.
I love it. If you have a large, great room, if you have a large living room, it's really going to fill it out. Remember, this is the Frasier Fir, the perennial favorite. We've gone out, we took molds of the best looking, most beautiful Frasier Firs in nature and replicated it.
I know.
So, and every single one of these lights, they're LED technology, stay cool to the touch. They have been hand placed. Wow. And you can't even see the wires.
Do you know what? You can tell that they're hand placed. So, you know, it was the, okay, the 6.5 is the most popular. So, okay, final 300. Oh, actually, fewer than 300. Sorry about that. So, oh yes, let's go through the different modes because I'm sorry, and I apologize. I promise I'm gonna turn Rebecca loose, and you'll have to forgive me. I get so excited about Christmas, but I really get excited about trees.
I do too.
When I do my parents' live tree at home, there's a special, they don't make it anymore. It's a special string of lights that has a controller on it that does a special adaptable twinkle effect. I know there's a lot of technical, but it does a look in lights I haven't found anywhere until I saw it in your tree.
Right here. Look at this.
Yep.
And here's what I want to say. Can I also point out something? This has absolutely no ornaments on it. It's just the tree, and look how stunning it is.
Right.
Then we have another over here that is all decked out, and you can see what it would look like with your ornaments.
And again, I apologize, Rebecca. Can I just point something out? I'm going to do the one with the one that's decorated. And Brandon, I don't know how low we can get the lights. When I say an adaptable twinkle effect, here's what I mean. You can tell that these are hand-placed lights, and I'll tell you why. It's like a chaser effect. Like when you look at a constellation or fireflies and how there's no foreseeable pattern to it. You know how you hear the drip of a faucet and makes you absolutely cuckoo bird? This, it is hypnotic, it is mesmerizing, it is enchanting for sure. It makes the tree, as if it didn't already come to life, because believe you me, this looks real whether the lights are on or off, and a lot of them don't, let's be honest, because this was taken, a 120-year-old company from a real mold of a tree. It looks, it feels, it smells, you would swear the only thing that's missing is the sap. And if you do-
And the mess.
And the mess. But if you do find that you're someone like me, I do like the smell of pine or evergreen in the home, you could sneak and cheat and put a couple little,
with essential oils and candles out there, you can have that smell
I've done it.
Exactly.
But do you see kind of this chaser-like effect? And that's a rare commodity, especially in this price range, because remember, with those hand-placed lights, and you can probably see it. In fact, I wish I had my little Apple TV camera out here. It actually, you see, it goes all the way, like the lights are twinkling from where my hand is. So it's not just twinkling on the exterior of the tree.
No, it looks like it's glowing from the inside of the tree. I mean, it's illuminating.
It is.
And remember, it's beautiful. You can't you know, doubt that. You look at it, you're mesmerized. But what I love is the ease. You're seeing how it will come to you. You get the base. They have rubberized feet to protect your floor. And then it's a simple 1, 2, if you have the taller, 3. You plug it in. And all of the power is in that, in the pole. So you're not doing any stringing of the lights. You know what, even if you have the pre-lit where you have to marry the two sides together, I've had my hand cut up trying to make sure that they're on the same side. You're seeing her put together the 9 foot. Look how simple that was. She doesn't have anyone helping her. The heaviest piece will be that bottom piece at 17 pounds. So if you can hold 2 gallons of water, you've got it. I'm gonna show you live because a lot of people might think when you're watching the video.
Rebecca, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna do 2 quick updates.
Please do.
So 9 foot, I might have to go get my phone. Okay, we have 18 of them. I'm kicking myself. The 6.5, let me walk over to the 6.5. We have a little over 250. Rebecca and I, we're like, what, 5'8", 5'9", so, it gives you some perspective. So there's your 6.5. That's actually the most popular, just a little over 200. Here's the 7.5 foot. Now the 7.5 foot, it's kind of the tweener, it's kind of the Goldilocks. Maybe not too big, not too small. I know I'm advocating build a forest. You're like, that woman has lost her mind. And I'm sure if you've seen me on HSN, you've thought that before. I'm so mesmerized by these. Believe me when I tell you, they look even better in person. 7.5, and then I just want you to see the 5 foot again to give you some scale. This is great whether it's college dormitory or, smaller apartment. Because the setup, the shipping is free if you've bought anything today. So Rebecca, talk about what we do again.
I'm putting that right into the base. I'm going to turn it on so you can see. Remember, that was memory branch technology. Did you see it just fall into place?
Okay.
Then watch this in seconds. I'm going to put this on. The branches fall in place and the lights are on. That's it.
I am loving this. This is insanely good.
And that was me talking you through it.
Right. 120-year-old company, all the lands, King of Rock, King of Pop, the
best of the best.
The Mouse House. They've done them all. They're doing your tree for the lowest price in America and free shipping only